Look at this quote from Oswald Chambers. If we love a human being and do not love God, we demand of him every perfection and every rectitude, and when we do not get it, we become cruel and vindictive. Isn't that true? When your wife disappoints you, you get cruel and vindictive. When your husband fails you, you get cruel and vindictive. Why? Because you're subtly expecting he or she to satisfy your every need, to bring you ultimate satisfaction, and he or she will never be able to do that. We are demanding of a human being that which he or she cannot give. There is only one being who can satisfy the last aching abyss of the human heart, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ. It is in marriage that I finally am convinced and realize my satisfaction. It's not in any man. It's not in any car. It's not in any house. It's not in any digit I have in my bank account. I'm made for God, and only Jesus Christ can lead me to God. Only Jesus Christ can fill the abyss of my heart. God did not make a mistake. It is His perfect plan. It is His instrument for my holiness. I love to play badminton. And I'm sure many of you have played badminton before. I think every Singaporean must have tried that before. And playing badminton is not difficult at all, really. Taking a racket, hitting the shuttle, it's simple. But to play badminton well, you need some kind of help, right? You need someone to teach you how to hold the racket properly and so on and so forth. So very often, people who are serious about badminton, they go for some trainings, they go for some coachings. And what the coach does is very simple. He explains to you what you need to do. He shows you how you should grip a racket. He tells you how you should do your footwork. He gives you all the theory, but a good coach doesn't stop with theory. If he gives you theory, you sack this coach useless. Because you know that the skill is really learned and wired into your brain circuits when you start to, what? Practice, when you start to execute. So a good coach generally gives you short theory, gives you some understanding of it, and then he starts to throw you shuttles. He starts to give you practice. He puts you through drills. Drills are repeated practice. And you see people being coached in badminton, they keep hitting the same shot all the time. All the time, the same shot. He keeps throwing to the net, you hit a net shot. He keeps lobbing to the back, you hit a back court shot. It's always the same movement all the time. You say, why? Because that's what we need in order to grow. It's hard to learn that skill, and it needs repeated practice. And that's what a good coach would do for you. And it's the same for the Christian life. It's easy to hear the Bible say, do not be angry, do not sin in your anger. It's very easy to hear the Bible say, be patient. It's very easy for you to hear the Bible say, be gentle. It's very easy to know the theory, but to do it, it's not so easy. To wire it into your soul, it's not so easy. And you know what then God does? He gives you a coach. And your coach will repeatedly throw the shuttle the same way. So your wife will always irritate you the same way. So your husband will always frustrate you the same way. Same shot every day. Same shot, same socks, same toothbrush, same toothpaste. Everything is the same thing. Why are you still doing your makeup? We are running late. Sometimes the shuttle is very far back. You've got to bend yourself over. Wow, why so many demands? Sometimes it's very close to the net. Wow, so tight, running late. No time already. Hurry up. Don't bangsai already. Come on, hurry up. And it's repeated over and over again. Why? Why? God is putting you through training. You know how beautiful it is if you in your marriage today realize you're not fighting each other, but you're fighting with and for each other. You can hold your spouse's hand, look at each other in the eyes and say, I love you because of Jesus. And I long to see Jesus in you, and I long to see Jesus in me. Because one day, our momentary marriage, our marriage, for some of you, very long. But at the end of the day, marriage is momentary in the light of eternity. Like a shadow, it will pass. And then we will be ushered into a glorious eternity. And I hope, Winnie, when I go to heaven, and you go to heaven, we'll see each other. I'll say, hey, look at you now. Look at how glorious you are. You're perfect. And I've always seen glimpses of that while we were on earth. Thank you for journeying with me. It was a pleasure. It was a joy being your coach. Irritating you with all the shuttles. But how beautiful it is when we all get to heaven and say, this momentary marriage, thank God, it's not about my happiness. It's about holiness. Because that's what gives me everlasting joy forevermore.